All right. Welcome everyone to the Gambling Feud. Oh my God. The Fanatics College Football Podcast. It is the college football bowl season show. We are covering every single bowl game. You heard that right. Every single bowl game. We're doing it in 90 minutes. We're all giving our hottest takes. We're all giving our best bets. It is going to be a great show. It's going to be a jam-packed show. A lot to talk about every single bowl game. Let's get right to it. My name is Kyle Comas, and joining me, we have the CEO of the Coda Sports Gambling Network, Pace Meyer. We got the host of the Play Me or Fade Me podcast. We got Mr. Action Junkie, and we got the Milwaukee living man, the Ohio State fan. We got Mr. VFC. Fellas, conference championship week's over. Heisman Trophy's been given out. How we feeling? How we doing?
We good, man. Can't believe it's here. It seemed like a couple weeks ago, week zero, we started and we're already to the end. So 2024 came and it went, and the season's been phenomenal. The first time we had the 12-team playoff, and excited to get the first round underway and bowl season too. If you don't love betting football, get into it now. You got the whole month of December to get your bets in here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. VFC, how you doing, man?
Things are good. My Buckeyes obviously purposely lost in the last week so that they could have a little bit of rest. So no, I'm feeling good. This weekend will be a lot of fun. These games will be a lot of fun. We've still got 4 weeks of playoff football to look forward to. So really not quite over yet, but yeah, I'm excited. More football than ever before. Can't complain.
Yeah, absolutely. And the season's just like you said, it's coming to an end for the show, but it is just getting started now. We got a lot of football yet to be played. So it's gonna be great stuff. But Action, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm good, but unfortunately, my play of the year for this show was going to be to fade Marshall, and they're no longer in a bowl game, so that kind of took away my mojo.
Yeah, how about that? 30 guys hit the transfer portal. That's crazy.
Yeah, not what I wanted to see there. That I was all fired up for that game, but I can't wait for the bowl season. I'm really fired up for the games, obviously, starting on Friday. Indiana, Notre Dame is going to be a whole lot of fun.
Absolutely. Yep, for sure. But gentlemen, before we dive in, we're like I said, we're going to talk every single bowl game. But before we dive in, as we said, conference championship week is over and done with now. The Heisman Trophy was given out to Travis Hunter. So I first want to get that take out of the air because we got guys on two different sides of the debate when it comes to that. Obviously, I like Genty a lot. I could see why Travis Hunter won it, but I thought Genty should have won it. But there's a way more passionate person about this than me on the panel, and there's a way more passionate person against me on the panel. So I think we just got to start with that. So Pace, go ahead. What were your thoughts about Travis Hunter getting that over Genty?
Yeah, I mean it was tough. Obviously, I'm a Boise State guy, so like that's who I had. I held a Genty ticket in my hand, so like again, that's why it sucks for him. It sucks for me more, but yeah, very unfortunate that. And there's three reasons. I mean, Genty he was first in every single category that he could have been. Travis Hunter, he wasn't. Okay, Hunter had he played what almost 1,500 snaps this season. Awesome, sick, but that's not a stat. Snaps not a stat to me. Genty he led his team to the college football playoff. They get a first round freaking bye. Where's Colorado at? I don't know. We'll talk about them, but who cares about them? So, again, my just thing is goes to the best. And I know Kyle, you put this on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, but goes to the best player on the best, that got his team there. If Boise State didn't have this kid, they'd be nowhere. It'd probably be UNLV. Barry Odom would still be there, and things would look a lot different. So this was the heart and soul of this team, and I thought it was closer. First place votes wise, the closest first place in second place since 2009, I think I saw. So that again, no moral victories, but at least some people in the media got it right, just not everybody. So unfortunate, but hey, the story for Travis Hunter just very cool. Him joining Sanders, his dad, and Shador, like that's really cool. And the whole storyline, again, I'm a journalism newspaper guy. You can make an awesome story out of that. So props to him. But again, I think Genty should have won this one. And I saw a quote too. He's like, he should have just walked away with it. And I truly believe that. So yeah, hats off to Action. Hats off to B Russ, who still hasn't shown his ticket that he actually won. So I don't believe him one bit. So yeah, hats off to those guys.
All right, sounds good. And Action, you've been pretty adamant that Maybe Genty shouldn't win the Heisman. Travis Hunter should. Your side of the coin now.
Well, a part of it is obviously I like to ruffle some feathers with Pace there. That's part of my stance. But to be honest, when he starts with his first comment of where Boise State is, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my rankings, and I still see Colorado as a better football team than Boise State. Boise State was very fortunate that they got to play the schedule they did. So if Colorado had the Boise State schedule, doggone it, I'm pretty sure they would be there too. So schedule is a part of it, and conference you play in is a part of it. And, we're talking about one of the most dynamic football players that I have seen in my lifetime, and I've been around longer than you guys. This guy is in my opinion, should be the number one pick because he's the best corner in college football. Okay. And then when he goes to the next level, he's going to play 15 to 20 snaps at wide receiver on passing downs and be also a top-notch receiver. So, yes, you can hold it against him that he plays a ton of snaps, but he is the best at his position on the one side of the ball, and then he's so capable. He's 2 for 1. There's no better value in college football than a guy that can play both sides of the ball, because if you take him out of the equation on either side of the ball, I think Colorado takes a bigger hit than Boise does if they go to their second-string running back.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I think if Hunter is not there, if he's somewhere else, I think Colorado's fine. I mean, their second wide receiver.
I think the Bison could have beat Colorado, right?
Yeah. Sure. But I just think, too, if you, second string running back for Boise saw what, 25 snaps this season? I mean, this dude, he was the workhorse. He was a Bronco for the Broncos. So I don't know. I think if you take Hunter out of Colorado, I think they're just fine. I think Sanders finds his other wide receiver, the other kid that had a fair amount of touchdowns. I think he does all right. The defense was better this year. They're still poor overall. So, no props to them on that side of the football. But yeah, action likes to ruffle feathers, and then that's totally fine. But again, it's an unfortunate, Boise, just unfortunate. How sick would that be if they go and win it all? And then Genty doesn't get Heisman. Like, that would just be so unfortunate. Now, there's a long way to go for that. So any other year, Genty wins this thing. This year was Hunter. So again, schedule with the Vikings. We I know it's not an NFL show, but people are like, oh, the Vikings haven't played anyone. What do you want them to do? They don't make the schedule. Like, you play who you play. That's the end of the discussion. So Boise State, they're in the Mountain West. Sorry. They didn't get an SEC invite, yada, yada, yada. You play who you play, and you dominate, and that's what they did. So, but action likes to ruffle feathers.
I'll just go back to this. When Kyle does his preview next year, he's going to talk about the loss of 2 starters at Colorado by losing 1 player. That's how good he was.
That's fair. Here's Genty at Boise. Every single year he improved every single category that he was in. Freshman, sophomore year 2022, 7 touchdowns, 14 touchdowns, 29 touchdowns. His average went up. This year he has almost 2,500 rushing yards. I mean, that's insane. On 344 carries, 7.3 average. We can go on and on, back and forth. I get that. But the only reason Travis Hunter won is because he plays both sides of the ball. So, I think Genty could have broke every single record, and he's probably still would have lost this year.
And I know, once again, it's not an NFL show, but how many running backs get drafted in the first round, and how many times do we hear running backs are a dime a dozen in football these days? Doesn't matter how good that team is. Running backs are so replaceable that, I'm not saying he's a talent. Don't get me wrong. But every time I get excited about a running back, I was so excited about Leonard Fournette. Dime a dozen. The next running back, next man up, was just as good. I will never overvalue running backs again, especially in college football. I've seen the Gophers. It's just like a factory. Everyone can run for 1,000 yards. All they have to do is stay healthy. Give them the ball 25 times, they're good to go. I saw him in big games this year struggle to get 4 yards per carry. When they faced a tougher defensive line, he didn't get the yards either. Where Hunter, once again, if we didn't hear his name on defense, he did his job.
I'll tell you what. This woke up a beast. Ashton Genty's going to go to the NFL, and he is going to dominate. He's going to bring back the running back position and say, look at me. You need a running back. I'm not a dime a dozen. Check me out. So this woke up a beast. So, that's fine. That's fine. And he's going to go to the Cowboys, and all of a sudden the Cowboys are going to win like 5 championships. So everything's going to be all right.
Real
We
quick,
don't want VFC to talk. What's going on, VFC?
Yeah, wait, who's
VFC,
here? Yeah,
go
VFC's
ahead.
here. Yeah.
Ashton Genty against Oregon, 192 rushing yards,
Woo!
3 touchdowns, 7.7 yards per carry. He could have done it against anyone. He sat out halves of games and still almost broke the record. I mean, the man he's a monster.
He's a monster.
VFC, I'm just going to ask you this one question. Where does he project in the NFL? Where's he going to get drafted?
Well, in this day and age, running backs are just undervalued. Like you said, Leonard Fournette, he was a top 5 running back in the league for a few years. These guys, it's just a different game. I'm interested to see if we see a little bit of regression to the mean, to that old kind of style now that guys are running the ball all the time in the NFL. It's back. Running the ball is back. So I will be curious to see what happens there. But as of this year, I mean, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. That being said, I don't know what they're going to do with Travis Hunter either. He says he's playing both sides of the ball. He doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where he goes. That's just not going to happen in the
It
NFL.
won't happen.
He says he's
going
doing
to play 15 to 20 snaps per game on offense, I bet.
I don't know. I don't know that he's a good enough corner to be the number 1 corner off the board, and I don't know that he's good enough receiver to be number 1 receiver off the board. So I don't know. We'll see. I think both of these guys are going to have solid careers, but we'll see. We'll see. Genty might be out of juice by the time he gets to the NFL.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I actually texted VFC. I said him and I could hop off, and you two could just cook, and that could be the show. I think.
All right, guys, good show. We'll talk to you next year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. But no, that was good stuff. I made my opinion about Genty and Travis Hunter. No, if you want to know what it is, follow me on social media. That's all I'll say. But gents, if we're ready, let's talk some bowl games.
Let's do it.
Let's get to it. Oh, technology here, fellas. Hold on. Let's do.
Look at that. What a
There we
presentation.
go. All right. Well, gentlemen, before we get started, I gotta give a shout out. They've been sponsoring us all season. Better Edge is absolutely killing it on the betting front right now. All of our lines on this show will be with Better Edge. They have several contests going on right now where you fill out a college football playoff bracket and you can take home some money as well as some other prizes. So give them a go ahead and please join the network and use promo code Kyle, Pace, VFC, Play Me, any of those promo codes. You'll get $20 added to your account. So we're basically paying for a submission for you to get in the contest if you just join using one of our promo codes. But as we said, gentlemen, we're going to cover every single bowl game from here on out. We have a timer down in the left-hand corner there, and we're going to talk every single bowl game. So, gentlemen, if we're ready, let's just get right to it. Let's start with the Boca Raton Bowl between Western Kentucky and James Madison. That game being played Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Line right now, James Madison -7.5, over under 52.5. Western Kentucky is going to be without their starting QB, their backup QB, and potentially their third string QB in this game. It's going to be all James Madison. I'm taking the Dukes -7.5.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad play. JMU here, Kyle, looking for their first bowl win. Western Kentucky, 4-1 ATS in bowl games. I don't care who it is. Hungry Dogs run faster. I think this is too many points. Give me Western Kentucky.
I'm following the steam. The steam is with James Madison. I'll go James Madison, and Travis Hunter still deserve the Heisman.
Yeah, I like James Madison here as well. I think it's just too many guys out for Western Kentucky. Although the trend of Western Kentucky getting blown out in their last game would go ahead and lean towards them. But James Madison, it's not enough points. Buy it down to 6.5. That's my advice.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, the timer actually started early for us. We actually didn't use the full 2 minutes, but that's all right. I think
give it to Action. He can talk about Hunter again. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. You get 7 more seconds. Action. Go ahead.
Travis Hunter still deserve the Heisman Trophy.
All right, and that's time. Let's transition to the next game, the Art of Sport LA Bowl between Cal and UNLV. That game line right now, Cal -3.5, over under 50.5. Pace, go ahead and start us off for this one.
Yeah, again, Ricky White, is he going to play? I haven't seen if he's in or out for this game. I am worried about Cal's defense. Obviously, 32 points per game they've allowed in the last 4 games. So, Odom's gone for UNLV. So it's a game with a lot of changes here. But I'm going to take the over. I think there's going to be some points scored in this game.
Okay, and I'm going to follow the steam once again. This line open once again with UNLV as the 1.5-point underdog. Now the favorite. I'll lay the points with the Running Rebels.
I'm going UNLV as well. I think it's just too hard to lose a quarterback to the portal and go out and try to win this game. It's just tough. And UNLV's got a lot to prove for the Mountain West. Give me UNLV.
Yeah, I was just going to make the pretty much. I think VFC stole my notes. That's the exact same point I was going to say. Mendoza not playing. He's in the transfer portal, and I think UNLV is going to have a fire into them after Odom left the team, and I think they have a lot to prove. I think getting them at underdogs at any point in the season is something you got to take advantage of. Hajj Malik Williams, absolute dog. I'm going to take UNLV plus a 3.5. I'm even going to take the money line too.
There we go.
All right, let's go to the Thursday game between Georgia Southern and Sam Houston, the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. That game being played Thursday, December 19th at 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Line right now, Georgia Southern minus 6.5 and an over-under of 47. Action, start us off for this one.
So I am going to go with Georgia Southern. That's where the steam is. I'll follow it.
Boom. I see a trend with action here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take Sam Houston State 3-1 as dogs against the spread this season. So again, this number's kind of going up and down. I saw it at 7, then it's at 6.5. Saw it at 5.5 at 1.2. So I'll take the +6 on this, and I'll take Sam Houston State.
Yeah, I'm going to take Georgia Southern. I think they just have, again, too many guys out, starting running back, starting safety, starting DN, corner, linebacker. They just got a lot of guys hitting the portal, a lot of guys that most likely won't play. It's possible that some of these guys do. Sam Houston's made me a lot of money this year. That being said, I just don't think they have a lot to play for going into this. And I'm going to go with Georgia Southern.
Okay, I guess we're gonna have a split panel here because I'm gonna join Pace. I'm also taking Sam Houston plus the 6.5. I really, really like their rush attack that they got. Hunter Watson, not as good in the pass as he is, but he's rushed for over 623 yards as a QB with 7 touchdowns. He is a dog that's a dual threat from the pass and the run. And their running back Ducker has 700 yards and 7 TDs. I think they're going to have no problem running over this Georgia Southern defense. I don't think Georgia Southern wins by a touchdown. I think it could be like a field goal or anything. But I also could see Sam Houston winning this game outright. They had a win total in the 4.5. They far surpassed that. They almost competed for a Conference USA title. I like them a lot. I'm taking Sam Houston plus the 6.5 with Pace.
Go.
All right, action. We got 15 seconds. Anything to say about Travis Hunter?
Travis Hunter still deserved the Heisman, and Sam Houston losing their head coach to Temple will be a factor there.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, let's move on then to the Friday game. We got a really good game in this one. We got the Staff DNA Cure Bowl between the MAC champion Ohio and the Conference USA champion Jacksonville State. Line right now, Ohio -2, over under 54.5. This is going to be an interesting game because we got two teams without their starting head coaches. As we know, Rich Rod went to West Virginia. Ohio coach went to Charlotte. So there's going to be two teams with interim head coaches playing in this game. I like what Jacksonville State's done this year. Very, very impressive. Beating Liberty, who everyone thought was going to be their conference to beat. I think Ohio's just had a better pathway to get here. Parker Navarro had a lot better conference championship game than people would expect. I think they cover pretty handily here. I'm going to take Ohio -2.
I'm going to be on the other side. I'm going to take Jack State here. I think Ohio 6-0 against the spread in their last 6 games. They're due for a little regression here. I do think, and maybe this is more of a heart play because Miami of Ohio cost me a ton of money a couple weeks ago when they lost 38-3. That was unfortunate. So I'm going to go Jack State here, that win over Western Kentucky 52-12, and more of a regression for Ohio. They can't go 7-0 in their last 7 against the spread. So give me Jack State.
And then for me, I look at both teams. They scored in their conference championship game. They were clicking on offense. I think they're just going to have fun without their head coaches here. I like the over between these two.
I like that a lot. That's fun. I'm going to be tailing that. Ohio, they haven't lost in 2 months. Our OU, Bobcats here. They haven't lost in 2 months. Two of their three losses are to Syracuse and Kentucky. One was on the road at Miami of Ohio. They got their lick back there. I believe they are still the only team without any players in the portal. Guys will hit the portal, but the fact that they still seem fairly bought in is fun to me. They are red hot. I just don't see them losing, but I like the points and I like the Bobcats.
Yeah, I like the points too after both of you explained that. So give me that. Add that to my card.
Give me the
Add that to
under.
my. Oh, and Pace is gonna fade everyone.
Pace likes to ruffle feathers more than me.
Yeah,
He does. He does. He always gives you crap action for being a troll. He might be one of the bigger trolls at the
Whoa,
network.
whoa. Back it up, Terry. Come on now.
All right. Let's go to our next bowl game here. We got the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl between Tulane and Florida at game Friday, December 20th at 2:30 on ESPN. A line right now, Florida minus 12.5, over under 50.5. Pace, start us off for this one.
Yeah, I mean, some of these bowl game names just wild. Give me Florida, DJ Legway. I know he's a little banged up, but he's got some time to heal here, so he should be all right. Florida really turned it around, looking for their 8th win of the season here. So I know it's a big number, but again, give me Florida in this one.
Hey, I used to live outside of Tampa. The drive to Gainesville was jam-packed on I-75. Tampa is a home field advantage for the Gators. They're going to be chomping. They'll cover the number provided they're healthy enough.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm leaning Florida as well. I really like the under here. I know the starting QB from Tulane is out. Sounds like Ty Thompson is going to play. You probably recognize that name. But Tulane has lost feels like quite a bit, and I just think I don't know, they're not going to be clicking on offense like they have been. Like Pace said, Florida's just been picking it up. I like the under 50.5.
I'm right there with you, VOC. I absolutely love the under in this game. As you mentioned already, their quarterback Darian Mensah, their starting quarterback, committed to Duke earlier this week, and Ty Thompson and Kai Horton, all three of their QBs are in the portal. Ty Thompson did say he will play, but he's 1 foot out the door right now. He does not care at all about this game. Like Pace said, if Lagway's banged up, could be an interesting game, but I'm right there with you, VFC. I love the under in this game. All right, we got 25 seconds. Pace. Why did Genty deserve the Heisman?
Oh, we could do this all day. We could do this all day. Yeah. I mean, he just should have. I bet on it. He just should have won. I mean, that's simple as that.
Okay, fair enough. We'll talk about the playoff games at the end here. Let's go to the next one, the Myrtle Beach Bowl between Coastal Carolina and UTSA. That game being played Monday, December 23rd at 10 a.m. on ESPN. Line right now, UTSA minus 7.5 and an over-under of 56.5. Action, go ahead and start us off for this one.
I like to follow Steam. Steam is on UTSA, so give me the Roadrunners.
Pace, why don't you go quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chanticleers here. Kind of a home game for these cats. So I'm gonna take him and the number and the points here at plus 7.5.
I'll go VFC since you're still looking stuff up here. I like UTSA in this game. Noah Kim and Ethan Vasco both in the transfer portal for Coastal Carolina. And that's a big thing you got to look at with these games is who's in, who's out. Unless you're a playoff team, you're just not going to see transfers and stuff like that. But sounds like they're going to be without their starting tight end as well. I just think Coastal Carolina is too banged up. UTSA doesn't have as many people in the transfer portal. I think they're a lot healthier team. I'm going to take UTSA minus the 7.5.
Yeah, I like that as well. I'm taking UTSA. It sounds like Tad Hudson, redshirt freshman, 0 career snaps, will be the starter. And apparently the coach joked about taking the reporters out for tryouts. I think they're just in this game to get the merch, and they're going to head home losers by 14.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Let's go to the next one. Everybody's favorite bowl game, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. being played Monday, December 23rd at 1:30 on ESPN. Line right now, Northern Illinois -3, over under 42. VFC, you got to play for this one.
Yeah, my dad would probably disown me if I didn't take his Huskies here. I do think Fresno State has lost quite a bit as well. But yeah, I don't know. I just think Northern, I know they've also lost some guys. But I just think they're still pretty game. I think they might be being slightly overvalued due to the Notre Dame win still in the middle of December. But yeah, I'm taking NIU -3.
I'm Me and VFC are agreeing a lot on this show, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I like Northern Illinois -3 as well. Fresno State recently hired a head coach in the offseason, so their interim coach is still going to be coaching the bowl game. So I don't know if there's going to be some confusion on that end. Fresno State will also be without their starting QB Mikey Keene, who's in the transfer portal. Their top wide receiver Jalen Moss, as well as their other wide receiver Raylan Sharp, both in the transfer portal. And then they lost two guys in their defensive line to the portal. Just too many guys. NIU is a good team. Give me Northern Illinois -3.
I'm going Fresno State here. That coach that they did hire was the famous Matt Entz from North Dakota State. North Dakota State, if you're familiar with them, it's next man up mentality. That's what the Bulldogs will have in this game. NIU's been too inconsistent for me this season, so give me the Bulldogs here.
Pace and I agree for once, but I'm not going to go Fresno. I'm going the under. The steam is to the under because Matty Yentz is going to coach him up on defense before the game. He won't be coaching during the game, but he's already working with him on the schemes.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Well, let's go to another bowl game we all love, the Hawaii Bowl, being played, of course, on Christmas Eve at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Line right now, San Jose State -3, over under 62. At first glance, I was really, really tempted to play the over just because USF, they like to play fast. But they also give up points defensively. San Jose State, I was going to talk all day about Nick Nash and how he got robbed of the Bolitnikov, but he is not playing in this game. He actually opted out for this game, so that's going to be a big blow for San Jose State. And I'm all about the team that has nothing to lose, so I'm taking USF plus the 3.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, Nick Nash. That's unfortunate. He's better than Travis Hunter, by the way. I'm gonna take San Jose State here. Looking for first, 8 wins? Their first year head coach looking for 8 wins here. So, give me these cats -3.
Well, Pace, the local Hornbachers that I go to, my bagger is the biggest San Jose State fan in the world. We talk San Jose State football every single time I go there. I ask him his prediction on this game. He said, go under the number. He's never failed me.
All right.
Wow. Yeah, I'm tailing that guy. That's not even a question. Love this guy. He sounds awesome. I'm taking South Florida. They've helped me out a lot this year, and I think I owe this to them. But yeah, San Jose State's just missing too much, and South Florida has a fun offense, a great offense, and I just don't know if San Jose State will be able to keep up. So, taking USF.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nick Nash not playing is really disappointing. That's actually something I was kind of looking forward to watching on Christmas Eve. But best of luck to him. I don't know if he's going pro or if he's just done playing. But yeah, he had a hell of a season this season. Got to give Nick Nash a shout out. All right, let's transition to the next bowl game, the game above sports bowl. I'll be honest, I didn't even realize that was a bowl game, but here we are. Game being played day after Christmas, December 26th at 1 o'clock on ESPN. Line right now, Pitt -9.5, over under 51.5. Pace, go ahead and start us off for this one.
Yeah, I want to take Toledo, but I don't know. I don't think I can. But then you look at Pitt. They've lost 5 in a row here. Pitt 5-1 straight up against MAC schools under Pat Narduzzi. Again, I know this isn't straight up. Even though there's a lot of juice, I would willingly take that because I'm the juice man. Give me Pitt here. Toledo just kind of been up and down. Remember, they did cover and against Mississippi State there. I think they actually won outright, so they've had a heck of a season. But give me Pitt here and end that 5-game losing streak.
You give me 9.5, I'll take the Rockets of Toledo.
So it seemed like a big number.
Yeah, to be honest, I just think that I think Toledo's underachieved a little bit this year. I think Pitt also kind of stinks. Neither of these teams really get me super excited, but I don't know. I think Pitt's going to be healthier from the sounds of it. I think they'll win this game by 10. Give me Pitt.
Yeah, I'm sure if we clip this, we're gonna have people in our DMs going off. This game sucks. This game is probably one bowl game I will not watch. This game is one I will not watch. I had a real good mentor this past year kind of guide me when it comes to betting, and one of his famous sayings is when in doubt, bet the first half under. So I'm gonna take the first half under in this game. Shout out Mr. Action Junkie.
Always good to have a default bet. I should be betting that on almost every game I don't know anything about.
There you go. Okay, sounds good. Well, let's go to the next game, a little more exciting game, the Rate Bowl. Between I thought it used to be called the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, but that's another story for another time. The Rate Bowl between Rutgers and Kansas State, Thursday, December 26th at 4:30 on ESPN. Line right now, Kansas State -7, over under 51. Action, go ahead and start us off for this one.
I think the line is perfect on this game. I should go the first half under, but when in doubt, I'll also bet Chris Kleiman. So give me Kansas State.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like the under here as well, but Rutgers 6-2 in bowl games under Greg Schiano. Kansas State, I like them. I love them. Avery Johnson's going to win the Heisman in a few years, but give me Rutgers here to keep this close.
That's just a ridiculous take. Uh, maybe I'll eat my words there, but that's a ridiculous take. Fellas, we get one last chance to fade Ethan Kaliakmanis this year, and we are going to take it. I know Giddens might opt out. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Mononga. Is he still hurt? I have no idea, but I don't know. Kansas State, I think Avery Johnson's got to really prove, just come out and have some fun, win a bowl game, prove he's the guy. And this is going to be on ESPN at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. People are going to be watching. I don't know. Avery Johnson to prove it. Give me Kansas State.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go against VFC for once, and I'll join Pace. I'm taking Rutgers +7 here. Like VFC said, I'm unsure if Mononga is gonna play. He might opt out, but if he does play, I think he's gonna tear up this Kansas State defense. We also mentioned DJ Giddens for Kansas State. May not be playing in this game, might potentially be opting out, but Rutgers was my team in the college football team draft. They've been golden for me so far, and I think they're gonna give me one more win here. So I'm gonna tail with Pace and take Rutgers +7. That is that one. Oh my God, this next game is interesting. The 68 Ventures Bowl between Bowling Green and Arkansas State at 8 o'clock on December 26th on ESPN. Line right now, Bowling Green -6.5, over under 50.5. VFC, you got to play for this one.
Yeah, I'm going to take Bowling Green. This is another team. I feel like during bowl season, I just owe it to the teams that have helped me out this year. Bowling Green is one of these teams. Fannin Jr., he's a dog. He's playing. All of the Bowling Green starters are expected to play, or at least most of them, from what it sounds like. I really love Bowling Green. I don't know a ton about Arkansas State. I think the only time I watched them this year was the Michigan game, and I don't know. I love Bowling Green, so give me Bowling Green minus the points.
Yeah, I think you said it best VFC about how much of a stud Harold Fannin is, and we're talking all like Pace was talking about originally. Nick Nash not getting the Bolitnikoff over Travis Hunter. Harold Fannin losing the best tight end award to Tyler Warren is an absolute crime. The fact that he did not win the best tight end award, especially when he had way better stats than Tyler Warren. Like VFC said, he's playing in this game. They could win by, I'd put an alt at like 14. I think they're going to win this game by that much. I'm all over Bowling Green in this one.
Bowling Green 1-7 in the last 8 bowl games. I like the over. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored here, but give me Arkansas State as well.
I'm a big fan of what Butch Jones did this year at Arkansas State, but I'm going to ride with VFC and Coda Capricile on this one. They've been preaching Bowling Green all year. I'll ride with them one more time.
I was convinced they were going to win the MAC. I really, really thought that they were the team to do it, but just a couple tough losses in there.
Travis Hunter deserved the Heisman. We had 22 seconds left.
Oh, okay.
Next time we get some time, can I talk about how Will Howard deserved the Heisman?
Oh
Or
God.
I don't know how much time you need for that argument,
I,
VSC.
I can make a case.
Okay, okay. If we have some spare time, I'll give it to you. All right, let's go to the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, being played between Oklahoma and Navy Friday, December 27th at 11 o'clock on ESPN. Line right now, Oklahoma 8 minus 8.5, over under 44. I'll say this. I don't bet spreads when my favorite teams are playing. I'm going to stick with that. That line's fishy. I talked about it with PG. That line is very, very fishy because they're going to be without Jackson Arnold, as you all know, transferred and got signed with Auburn. So they're going to be starting Michael Hawkins. There's a ton of wide receivers that are not playing in this game that are in the transfer portal. Some of their top defensemen aren't playing in this game. Again, I'm going to stay away from the spread, but that spread is very fishy. I will say that. But give me the under 44 in this one.
Lockheed Martin is a corporation in defense and aerospace manufacturer. To me, this screams military. This screams Navy. Give me Navy in this one.
Wow.
Look at that.
That is an
PSC.
excellent
Impressive?
angle.
Yeah.
That was very good. And that is one of the richest companies in the world out there too. So
Yeah.
I am going to go. Well, actually, I could agree with both of you because I like Navy and the under, but I'm going to take the under in this game as well. I'm going to go with Kyle. I think points are going to be at a premium.
Yeah, I like it. I think our Sooners have just lost a bit too much. It sounds like the new OC won't even be a part of the bowl preparations. The same guy's calling plays. Joe John Finley, didn't even realize that was his name. I do not trust that guy to call plays. Yeah, give me Navy. Give me Navy outright. Sorry, Kyle. Sorry, PG. I think they're winning this game. I'll be honest. They're just healthy. They're don't have guys opting out. Give me Navy.
Yeah, that would be bad if Navy guys opted out. Unless it's for something good, but that would be bad if Navy guys opted out.
Yeah, I don't even know that they're allowed to be honest.
Yeah. And they just came off a good win against Army, too. I know a lot of us in the network were on Army in that game, but they came off a good win against them, too.
I mean, the over.
Oh, that over was so money in that game, too. You were an idiot if you bet the under in Army Navy.
Free money. Free money.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to the Birmingham Bowl between Georgia Tech and Vanderbilt. That game being played Friday, December 27th at 2:30, excuse me, on ESPN. I forgot we're talking about God's time zone, which is the Central Time Zone. Line right now, Georgia Tech minus 2.5, over under 51.5. Pace, start us off for this one.
Hangs King, bang. Diego Pisson-Pavier, bang. Back and forth, bang, bang. Give me the over. Points for me in this one.
Oh, I didn't want to hear that because the steam is to the under. I'm going the under.
Just change this guy's name to Steam Man. I mean, come on.
Hey, with the bowl games, I said this to Kyle before. All I do is follow the steam because think that the you just have to pick the winner, and you have to be the number will take care of itself. Just pick the winning side.
These defenses aren't that good. The offenses are that good. I don't really care about the steam in this one. I'm normally a steam guy as well. I don't care about it in this one. It's going to be a fun game. I think this is one of the most fun bowl games on the entire slate, to be honest. And yeah, give me the over as well. And I kind of like Vandy too, I'll be honest, but I'm just gonna probably stick with the over.
Yeah, I like all the points you guys said. Just kind of a shout out here. I just saw that their third string quarterback Zach Pyron heading to Minnesota action. So you might have a Georgia Tech guy under center at Minnesota.
He'll be fighting for the job, they said, but he will not be the starter, I don't think.
Okay, well there's that. But I'm going to leave action on an island. I'm sorry, action. Pace said it best. Haynes King, Diego Pavia. That's over to me. Give me the over 51.5. I'm all over that too. All right, VSC, you got 25 seconds. Go ahead.
Don't watch the Michigan game and forget about the Oregon slide and pretend that he won that game. And then we're looking at a Will Howard Heisman campaign. There it is.
Bang.
All right. Sounds good. Okay, the AutoZone Liberty Bowl being played between Texas Tech and Arkansas Friday, December 27th at 6 o'clock on ESPN. Line right now, Arkansas minus 2.5, over under 60.5. Action starts off for this one.
Doctor. I am gonna go the double T. Give me Texas Tech.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. I think everyone and their mother is on Arkansas in this game. They have a ton of guys out in this game. I think Texas Tech's starting quarterback is also out, but they've got a freshman who's slightly experienced. Sounds like Andrew Armstrong out for Arkansas. That's a big one. And it sounds like they've got a lot of guys out. Here's a stat. This is a stat that I feel like Action will really appreciate. Arkansas is down to just 6 healthy scholarship offensive linemen on the roster. Scholarship offensive linemen, 6 only. Yeah, I don't know. Give me Texas Tech. I don't mind the under in this game either. 60.5 seems like too many points.
Seems like way too many points, especially against Texas Tech defense, who actually hasn't been too bad this year. But like VFC said, going to be without the starting QB, starting a freshman who actually did get some action in this game. And when you have that opportunity to prove yourself as a starter for next year, you light it up in the bowl game. I'm taking Texas Tech plus 2.5.
The freest money on the board this bowl game is you take Vandy, Georgia Tech over, you tease it with Texas Tech, Arkansas over, and you win every single. You pay for Christmas in this teaser right here. So that's what it is. This over, Vandy, Georgia Tech over, free money. That's all I can say.
So Action won a lot of money on Texas last year. Do you think he should take all his winnings on Texas and put it on that teaser pace?
No, but a little bit of it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Responsibly, of course. We're responsible gamblers.
Of course.
Yep, we're responsible gamblers here. All right, let's go now to the DirecTV Holiday Bowl between Syracuse and Washington State. That game being played Friday, December 27th at 7 o'clock on Fox. Line right now, Syracuse minus 6.5, over under 61.5. VFC, go ahead and start us off for this one.
I will ult Syracuse up to minus 16.5 in this game. I think they kill Washington State. Everyone is out the door there. Fran Brown said, "We don't opt out around here. We're riding in the Honda Accord one more time, baby. Give me Syracuse minus all the points. I don't even care. They're going to win this game by 40."
Honda McCord, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm right there with you, VFC. I'm willing to alt Syracuse as well. I'll take the minus 6.5 for this show. Washington State, their OC Ben Arbuckle going to Oklahoma, so they're going to be without him. Their starting quarterback John Mattier, one of the top quarterbacks in the portal, not playing in this game. They're also without their starting running back, their starting receiver, and 2 starting defensive linemen. They're without so many people. I bet on Kyle McCord quite a bit this year. I am willing to do it one more time. I'm taking Syracuse minus 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you guys, but Syracuse got to go all the way to California to Snapdragon Stadium. How about that stadium name? Something's got to give. Washington State, trash. I mean, they lost to Wyoming 15-14 their last game this season. Something's got to give. This is too many points. I'm not saying Cuse won't win. I think they will win. Throw them in a moneyline parlay if you want, but too many points. Give me Washington State at Snapdragon Stadium.
Well, this line has moved 6 points. So you know
Yes,
I
sir.
love this team. I think BFC and Kyle had it right. I think Syracuse runs away with this. However, I do have a sentimental feel here for Washington State at this bowl game. Shout out to former Gopher coach Tracy Clays. He upset Washington State at the Holiday Bowl in his lone bowl game as head coach of the Gophers. But Syracuse, I'll get in the Honda Accord with you guys. We win this one by 21.
Come on.
All right, let's go. Sounds good. Let's now go to the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl between Texas A&M and USC. Game being played at 9:30 on ESPN on Friday, December 27th. Line right now, Texas A&M minus 3, over under 51.5. Texas A&M, most of the season up until like their last few weeks, was one of the better teams in college football. Had a tough loss to Notre Dame, but after that, did really, really good in the SEC, beat some really solid competition, and I fade Lincoln Riley as much as I possibly can, and I'm going to do it once more. A&M fans can also celebrate because that bum Connor Weigman is out of their program, going to Houston now. I'm all over the Aggies here. Give me Texas A&M -3.
Yeah, I'll take. I'll ride with you, Kyle. A&M lost the last three against USC, so out for a little revenge here. I think the last time these guys played was 1977. Action's familiar with this year, the Blue Bonnet Bowl. So give me A&M a little revenge spot here.
Love it, love it. Nice dig there. What I will say is I believe that Lincoln Riley is working the portal harder than anyone. He probably doesn't even know they play a bowl game. He's not focused on it at all. He knows his job is on the line next year, so he needs to win the portal. They don't care about this football game. Give me the Aggies.
Yeah, that I think that convinced me to bet A&M. That's where my lean was to begin with, but I think I also where I was also going was the first half under because I didn't know what to bet in this game, and I feel like these are two teams that are going to look a lot different coming into this game. They're not going to have a ton figured out on the offensive side of the ball. The first half could be a little shaky, and maybe they clean things up in the second half. But I am going to bet the first half under and give me A&M as well.
Yeah, did we just group send A&M there? Did I get that right?
I think so.
Okay.
Bet USC, everyone.
I was going to say everyone
Yeah.
bet USC. All right, let's go now to the Wasabi Fenway Bowl between UConn and North Carolina. That game being played Saturday, December 28th at 10 o'clock on ESPN. Line right now, North Carolina -4.5, over under 54.5. Pace, go ahead and start us off for this one.
Yeah, I don't think the Hampton running back's playing for UNC here. Give me UConn. I don't know. I mean, they've had a solid season here, so give me UConn. I do feel like everyone's going to be on UNC, but give me UConn in this one.
Hey, steams to UConn. Jim Mora Jr. was so desperate to get out of UConn, he was even kicking the tires at MAC schools, but he's going to make a statement. Huskies get the win over North Carolina. Bill Belichick's future team, by the way. Let's just get that out there.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
and that's exactly where I'm going to go with this. This is a tryout for all of the players on UNC here. Bill Belichick is going to have close eyes on this game. Obviously, he's watched his film, he knows his stuff, but I'm just saying the guys that are going to come out here and bust their butts in this game probably win coach over a little bit and won't have to hit the portal. So it sounds like UConn's starting right and left tackle could opt out of this game as well, which I think could be huge. So give me UNC minus the points.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I think you guys took a lot of points that I was going to say to UConn. I remember them and UMass used to be the laughing stocks of college football. Now they're in a bowl game, so absolutely got to give them their flowers there. But I will say this: although Bill Belichick going to be the head coach at UNC next year, their interim coach for this game, his name is Freddie Kitchens, and when I see that means over. Give me the over 54.5. That over is going to cook, is what that means.
Oh, I like it. Former Brown coach.
Freddie
Former
Kitchens.
Browns coach.
There you go. I remember the name.
Yeah, let's go.
And I do have some concerns about UConn, of course. Their schedule strength was right on par with Boise State, so that could be a concern there.
This guy.
All right. Sounds good. Let's go to the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, the game that Corey will be dialed into between Boston College and Nebraska. That game being played Saturday, December 28th at 11 a.m. on ABC. Line right now, Nebraska -3, over under 45.5. Action start us off for this one.
Since Corey's not on the show, I'll pick Nebraska. I think that this is you talk about the evolution of a program. I think this is actually a big statement game for Nebraska. They've been wanting to get back to a bowl game. They're finally back there. I think they finish the job and get the W.
Yeah, 4 letters/numbers for you here. DR15, assuming he's staying. Sounds like he is. He said he's all in with Nebraska. We've seen that before. Guys will say that and leave the next day. But at the same time, I just think Nebraska, this really is their Super Bowl, and hopefully it can get them back. They've lost a lot, but I'm not sure it matters. Boston College isn't, I don't think they're that good. So give me Nebraska minus the points.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of rumors about Raiola too. I don't know what that's all about. If there's talks that he might be transferring, if there's talks that he's just going to be leaving Nebraska, I don't know. But irregardless, I think you guys made a good point that this is going to be Nebraska's Super Bowl. Nebraska's played a lot better offensively besides when they played Iowa, but irregardless, they played a lot better offensively since Dana Holgerson took over as the OC. Bill O'Brien's been doing a nice job at Boston College, and I think they're going to be good even without Castellanos. I'm going to take the over in this game. Give me the over of 45.5.
Yeah, I like the over as well. GJ 14 taking on DR 15. Grayson James is the Boston College quarterback. Started the last two games for BC. Wins over Pitt and UNC, had a nearly 70% completion percentage. Give me GJ 14 in the upset here.
GJ 14. Just
GJ 14.
put that randomly in the chat, Pace, and see if anybody notices that.
Corey will probably say something like "screw that guy" or something.
Oh yeah, more than likely. All right, let's go on to our next bowl game, the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl between Louisiana and TCU. That game being played Saturday, December 28th at 1:15 on ESPN. Line right now, TCU minus 12.5, over under 59.5. VFC starts off for this one.
First half under. I have no idea in this game. This is like the one we've looked at so far where I just cannot get a read on it. Give me the first half under.
I think the under is definitely the play here. Their starting quarterback Ben Woolridge suffered an injury. Their backup QB Chandler Fields, who played in the bowl game, he suffered an injury, so they don't know if either one of them are going to play in this bowl game. And TCU, they're going to be without two of their wide receivers potentially, who are potentially opting out. And even though Sonny Dykes doesn't expect it, you just never know. But I don't expect a lot of points being scored in this. I don't expect it's going to be both teams get 30 in this one. Give me the under 59.5.
Yeah, I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen here. I think TCU. The Raging Cajuns won't get to 10 wins. Give me TCU big here. I might take them alt spread.
Pace just sold me. Line's already moved 4.5 points. Give me the Horned Frogs and Sonny Dykes.
Steamboat.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Sounds good. Yeah, that shows how much we all know about this game. We only took a minute on that one. Irregardless, the Pop-Tarts Bowl between Iowa State and Miami at 2:30 on ABC. A line right now, Miami, Florida, minus 3.5, over under 55. I want to bet Iowa State here, even as a Hawkeye fan. I really do. They have really impressed me. Dang near got me my Big 12 championship victory ticket that I had. But I think Miami's going to be thinking about that ACC championship loss to that ACC, their last loss they had. And I think that's going to build a fire in them. I'm not sure if Cam Ward's going to play in this game, but if he does play, I think he's going to light it up because they're projecting to be one of the top QBs in the draft, and I think he's going to showcase that here. I'm going to take Miami minus the 3.5.
Yeah, I think Cam Ward's going to play last I saw, so I like Miami in this one. I think he lights it up here, takes care of business.
I agree with you guys. I think it's a tragedy. Cam Ward did not finish second of the Heisman vote. I like Miami to win this game with ease.
Yeah, well, congrats to Iowa State because I really like Miami in this one as well. That is assuming Cam Ward plays. Restrepo would be a big one as well to just watch out for. I probably honestly won't touch this game until we get official news. Cam Ward says he's playing, but you just never know. Yeah, give me Miami. I think Iowa State is also has a little bit to prove after that loss to Arizona State, but I don't know. Just give me Miami. I think they've got more to prove.
Yeah, sounds good. Since we got some time here, what are with some of these bowls? Like, is this the first year of the Pop-Tarts Bowl, or am I crazy about that?
No, we had it before. They have more Pop-Tarts that are going to be at the bowl game this year, though. I'm excited about that. More flavors for us.
Yep, and some mascots running around. Absolutely. It's going to be electric.
The trophy I saw is a working toaster as well.
Sick.
What?
Yeah, they put a toaster in the thing and they unwrapped it in like the Pop-Tarts aluminum foil. It was pretty sweet.
It is probably one of my favorite bowl games right now. I loved it last year. I mean, I like Pop-Tarts though.
Yeah, I'm a Pop-Tarts guy too.
What's the best Pop-Tart?
I was just
like
about to ask
blueberry.
that, Paige.
I'm blueberry.
Blueberry, okay.
S'mores is pretty dang good too, though.
S'mores is good. Number one of one is plain, toast it, butter on it, bang. So good.
That's insane.
That's nuts.
I am a chocolate chip guy.
Okay, not bad. I was gonna say I'm a s'mores guy myself, or cookie dough. Cookie dough. I'm sorry, cookie dough is my favorite. But all right, enough of that. Uh, the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. It is no longer the Barstool Bowl. It is the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl between Miami, Ohio, and Colorado State at 3:30 on the CW line right now. Miami, Ohio -3 over under 43 and a half. Pace, go ahead and start us off for this one.
Yeah, as long as it's not P Diddy Bowl or something like that, Jay Z Bowl, we're good here. So give me Colorado State. I think they have the better defense. Miami of Ohio, they scored what 3 points last time out here. So give me Colorado State.
I need to agree with Pace once in a while. Give me the Rams as well. I'll go Colorado State.
Yeah, I think Miami of Ohio is honestly the better team. I just think they're missing a lot of guys. Give me the under in this game. I don't know. I think it's interesting that I don't know. I think it's interesting Barstool lost this bowl. I think it's interesting it's the Snoop Dogg Bowl. I think it's interesting it's on the CW, as we're all big fans of. So this game just screams under to me. It's weird. It's stinky. Give me the under.
Yeah, I'm disappointed we're getting a CW game that's not at night. The night CW games are where it's at. If you know, you know. The night CW games are where it's at. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, I'll go with VFC. VFC and I have been riding a lot together. Give me the under in this one. But yeah, Snoop Dogg. Oh my God. What do we got to do, Pace, to get as CEO to get a Coda
Sure.
Capper Bowl? It doesn't have to be FBS, but like FCS or Division 3. Hell, NAI. I'm an NAI grad. I could probably get us hooked up too. But what do we got to do? You think?
I don't know. You got better connections with the NAIA there, so I think that'd be sick. I think we should get the Frisco, the FCS championship game presented by Coda Sports, and play me or fade me. That'd be pretty sick. Moving to Nashville now for the next couple of years, so that's kind of sick. But yeah, I don't know. You work your connections up there, Kyle. You were the king of NAIA, I heard.
Just for the record, the cheapest low tier bowl game sponsorship is 375,000. So
It's not
Okay.
that bad. That's
you
not
know,
that bad.
just wanted to point that out.
Look at all the play me or fade me merch that you will sell there. Action. I think we can do that.
Honestly, we could all sell our houses and just take the money that we had, buy a cheap apartment, and use that money to buy a bowl game. We realistically could do that.
Can we bet on that game if we run that bowl game? Is that how that goes? Can we do that or no?
We probably couldn't legally, but
Okay, Bovada, what up? So
What
all
if we
right,
cared about legality at the Code Sports Gambling Network?
fair, fair, fair.
All right, enough of that. The Go Bowling Military Bowl between East Carolina and NC State. That game being played Saturday, December 28th at 4:45 on ESPN. Line right now, NC State -5.5, over under 58.5. Action starts off for this one.
This one I truly have no idea on, so oh boy, East Carolina has been scoring the football, but I'm still gonna go first half under between these two. There's no movement at all. I don't trust anything in this game.
yeah, give me East Carolina in this one. I think Concepcion's going to be a huge loss, assuming he doesn't play. I know he's in the portal, but yeah, I don't know. I just think East Carolina's honestly the better team. Give me them outright.
Yeah, a
Man,
little.
VFC.
Oh, sorry, Kyle. Yeah, I jumped you. My bad. My bad.
I was just gonna say VFC and I have been neck and neck so far, which is good because he's on my team for the Gambling Feud Cup, so it's good we're neck and neck. I like East Carolina outright. Concepcion is going to be a massive loss for NC State. I know NC State's going to be without their starting wide receiver Chase Sowell, who signed with Iowa State. But either way, I think ECU is the better team in this one. NC State burned me a bunch this year. I know a couple of us, myself, and I believe a couple other people on the panel, had them winning the ACC. So I'm still a little burned about that as well. So give me ECU outright. I'll take them money line.
Yeah, a little history here. These teams played 6 times since 2010, split them all, 3-3. Like Ash mentioned, ECU scoring the football. NC State has allowed 30.5 points per game. I'm gonna take the over in this one.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's go to a really exciting bowl game Saturday night. the Valero Alamo Bowl between BYU and Colorado. Some conference foes battling out in this one. I thought that was kind of interesting. 6:30 on ABC, line right now. Colorado -3, over under 54.5. VFC, what do you got for this one?
Yeah, it was interesting to me that the two Big 12 teams as well. Here's the thing. Dion says that they're all going to play. I'm not sure that I believe him. I think they might even come out and play for a little bit. I think we could see them all kind of get pulled at halftime, depending on how the game's looking. These dudes are set to make millions and upon millions of dollars, and this is essentially a meaningless game. Not for BYU though. I think they're missing less, and I think they're going to be fired up for this game. They get the chance to. Colorado's been parading around. They get the chance to go punch them in the mouth. I think they want to do that. They didn't get a shot at them in the regular season. This is their shot. I think they're still mad about not making the Big 12 championship. Give me BYU.
Okay, sounds good. For the first time, maybe the first time on the show, I don't know, but I'm going to go against VSC. I'm going to take Colorado -3 here. Travis Hunter and Shador both said to the public that they've been riding with Dion this entire time, and they're going to do it once more in this bowl game. You know, Travis Hunter just won the Heisman. Travis Hunter just won the Heisman. Shador, many people thought should have been a finalist as well. So I think they're both going to ball out here. Jimmy Horn, LeJonte Wester, and Will Shepherd, all questionable to play in this game. I think they all will, and I think Colorado is going to impose their will on BYU. I'm going to go against VFC. I'm going to take Colorado -3.
Yeah, I mean, action's gonna say Colorado. We all know that. So I'm gonna take BYU. It's you. You got one more chance, kind of like VFC said. Punch him in the mouth, right? Get a chance at Travis and Shador Sanders. Punch him in the mouth. Get out here with a victory. So I'm gonna go BYU.
You didn't leave me any airtime. Give me Colorado.
You didn't need it.
I was going to say, you got 1 second to say something about Travis Hunter, but your time's out now. So, all right, let's go now to the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl between now Louisiana. It was supposed to be Marshall, but now Louisiana Tech against Army at 8:15 on ESPN. There is no line right now because with Marshall just dropping from the bowl game, they're still trying to figure that out. The line, as far as the line goes, so we're gonna just have to wait and see on the line here. But I don't care what the line is. Give me Army in this. Give me Army in this one. Weirdly enough, VSC and I joked like Army guys shouldn't be in the transfer portal. Their starting running back is. So I thought that was kind of interesting. They're starting running backs in the transfer portal, but irregardless, Bryson Daly's an absolute dog, and I think he's got one last game wearing the gold, and I think he's going to be all over it. So give me Army, no matter what the spread is here.
Action, go ahead. Sorry.
Yep, I believe the line's going to be around 17 in this game, and I will go with Army as well. I'm going to ride with you, Kyle.
Yeah, I was basically just going to say, Kyle, what if I told you the line was about 17 points? It feels like a lot, to be honest, but I'm not sure it matters. I don't think Louisiana Tech is any good. There's a reason they weren't in a bowl game. To be honest, I'm a bit surprised that they got this over a Wisconsin or an Auburn. Action knows all about being 5-7 and making bowl games, and we know how that went. But yeah, I don't think Louisiana Tech's very good. But at the same time, I don't know, just feels like too many points. So just give me the under 44. I don't know. I just feel like they're not scoring this many points in this game, and going to be a lot of running the ball between these teams.
And Pace, what do you got for this one?
Give me LA Tech, baby. Now we got a chance to play for a bowl game win here. Hey, we're here. We weren't supposed to be. Give me them. Give me them.
You ever watch the movie Replacements? I mean, this was a replacement team. Half these guys have been eating pizza for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Give me Army. Give me Army.
Oh, there we go. All right, sounds good. Let's go to a game being played December 30th, the Trans-Perfect Music City Bowl between Iowa and Missouri. That game being played December 30th at 1:30 on ESPN. Line right now, Missouri -3, over under 40. Pace, what do you got for this one?
Iowa. I don't trust Missouri. Never trust Missouri. Never will trust Missouri. Give me Iowa in that running game.
Um, I will agree with Pace. However, I do want to go on the record real quick that no one in the history of the Big Ten will fumble an easier schedule and path to make the playoffs than Iowa did this year. As a Hawkeye fan, you should be disappointed. You should be upset. This may save a little face to this disappointing season. Iowa covers, but shame on you.
Their starting quarterback was Cade McNamara for half the season. I think they deserve a little bit of credit. Yeah, I don't know. I think I was really good. Caleb Johnson out of this game. Castro potentially out of this game. Jamari Harris. It sounds like just a lot of guys that have made a lot of impact for this Iowa team. Yeah, it sounds like I would imagine Brendan Sullivan's going to start if he's healthy. And Missouri's lost a lot too. Brady Cook might be out. Luther Burden might be out. Give me the under in this game. I think this game is going to stink, to be honest. I'm so excited to watch it, but I just think it's going to stink. And I don't know. Missouri killed us last year in that bowl game. They seem to sometimes just get up for these random games. And I don't know. I'm not dealing with it. Give me the under.
Yeah, I'm feeling the under in this game too. It does sound like Burden is not playing in this game. Brady Cook, like you said, is questionable as well as Theo Weiss. Iowa, we talked about that good run game, but like VFC said, Caleb Johnson not playing in this game. Get ready for the draft. Yeah, I agree with your sentiment too. Action as a Hawkeye fan, I agree wholeheartedly. But we'll see what happens here. I'm not going to bet on a spread. I'm still going to stick with that. But give me the under. I'm with VFC. Give me the under 40. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. That is that. Let's now go to the ReliaQuest Bowl between Alabama and Michigan. That game being played New Year's Eve at 11 a.m. on ESPN. Line right now, Alabama minus 10.5, over under 43.5. Action starts off for this one.
I'm going to go under. Simple as that. Give me the under.
Michigan might lose this game by 44 points. To be honest, they had their Super Bowl. I can't stand either of these teams, but they still don't have a quarterback. Alex Orji in the portal as well. Um, they're getting a lot of guys. Honestly, I think the future of Michigan is bright, as much as I hate to say it, but not on New Year's Eve. Give me Alabama minus a billion.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, VFC. I know Alabama did lose a lot defensively to the portal. Jalen Milroe, people thought was going to opt out. He is playing in this game, and I think he's just going to tear up this Michigan defense. Michigan kind of funny that Kirk Herbstreit, former Ohio State QB, going to Michigan. I thought that was pretty funny. I know VFC is not a big fan of that, but yeah, I think the future's bright for Michigan. But I agree with you; it's not going to happen in this game. I'm taking Alabama minus 10.5.
I'm taking Michigan money line. Michigan money line. That's the play
Man.
here. VFC shaking his head like I'm an idiot, and that's all right. But Michigan money line.
Just real quick, Mason Graham is out, Colson Loveland is out, Donovan Edwards is out, Will Johnson is out, Khalil Mullings might be out. Will Johnson still out with that injury. Kenneth Grant might sit out. They still don't have a quarterback. Davis Warren is going to have to start this game. I Yeah, I don't know. They have no shot at winning this football game. They might cover, but they have no shot at winning this game. We'll come back to this. We'll come back.
Yeah, I'll clip this. All right, that's all right.
Please do.
You always got to remember, VFC, when you come in with the hot takes, Pace is the editor for this show, so he chooses what to clip and what not to clip.
I don't know. Bama doesn't want to be there either. I think they don't want to be here either. So I'll take Michigan. That's why I like Michigan.
You guys are screaming under. I love this language.
All right, sounds good. Let's go to the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl between Louisville and Washington. That game being played New Year's Eve at 1 o'clock on CBS. Line right now, Louisville minus 5.5, over under 51.5. VFC, what do you got for this one?
I have no idea. I don't think either of these teams are great. But I did just see that Michael Penix was announced as the starting quarterback for the Falcons this week. I think that's got to be some sort of sign, good omen for Washington. So give me Washington.
Yeah, this game's not a very good game. I know Washington. Jed Fish said he doesn't expect anybody to sit out. I don't know if I believe that necessarily, but I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I try not to say this on the show too often. I genuinely do not know what to play for this game. Give me the first half under because I do not know.
Yeah, Washington needs Penix. Washington 110th in the FBS, 22.5 points per game if I could talk here. So Louisville's going to turn this into a shootout. Give me Louisville and Washington team total under, Louisville team total over, Louisville team total over. I think it's going to be a shootout for Louisville.
My Steam chart says it's moved 3 points to Washington, so give me the Huskies.
I hope that Steamboat crashes.
Steamboat. Yeah. How does that go, VFC? Choo choo. All right, let's go to the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl between South Carolina and Illinois. That game being played New Year's Eve at 2 o'clock on ABC. Line right now, South Carolina minus the 11.5, over under 47.5. I think Snellers is going to be run and pass all over this Indiana defense or Illinois defense. I know Illinois has been solid this year. I don't think that they're going to be up to pace with this SEC team. We've seen this before where a middle of the pack Big Ten team goes up against a middle of the pack SEC team and the Big Ten team just gets smoked. I think it happens here. Like I said, I think Snellers runs and passes all over this Illinois team. I'm taking South Carolina minus the 11.5.
I don't know. I think it's too many points. I'm going to take Illinois here. Illinois has less opt-outs I'm seeing here. So I don't know. I'm South Carolina, the hottest team in the nation right now. I get that. But Illinois has, defense is all right. I think Brett Bielema can keep this one close.
Give me a 16-team field, and South Carolina would have been in the tournament, right? They would have made the playoffs. But we know what Florida State did when they didn't make it last year. I'll grab the points just like Pace there, and I'll go Illinois.
Yeah, I'm actually against Kyle on this one as well. Pretty rare occurrence here, but I'm also going with Illinois. Just feels like they're going to be more into this game Tuesday at New Year's Eve at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know. That just sounds like an Illinois game right there. South Carolina, I don't think they want to be there. It's like Action said, perfect comparison is the Florida State game.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's transition now to the Kinder's Texas Bowl being played New Year's Eve at 2:30 on ESPN between Baylor and LSU. That game line right now, LSU -3 over under 59.5. Pace starts off for this one.
Yeah, give me Baylor. Right, the head coach was LSU DC a while back there, so I think Baylor, they're playing pretty good. We were down on Baylor. I think the whole panel was here. Their head coach is going to get fired. It was over for Baylor. Now they really picked it up. So I think they only have one guy that's in the transfer portal at the moment. LSU has like 6, 7, 8 guys. So I think Baylor can hang around and potentially win this game.
Yeah, I fired Dave Aranda back in week number 4. Thank you very much. I don't know how he's still around, but he is. A heck of a job down the stretch. And unfortunately, steam is to Baylor. And I understand Waco is in the state of Texas. So, yeah, let's go Baylor.
Yeah, I like Baylor a lot here too, actually. Just scrolling through the guys that are either out or potentially out for LSU. It's kind of crazy. This is going to be a whole new team. I really like Baylor. It's a short little travel game for them. And yeah, I like it. Baylor.
All right. I'm torn now because I was prepared to say how Baylor was on my team draft, how they did money for me thus far this year, and how LSU is going to be out with both its starting offensive tackles and tight end. And I don't know how much LSU wants to play in this game. I was prepared to tell you all that, but then you 3-bet on Baylor. So I'm going to take LSU minus the 3 in this one.
Well, thank you.
Smart.
That's very honorable of you, but yeah, we would have loved to have you on board.
Yeah, I know. Just we've had too many group sends on this pod. We can't have too many of them. We got to humble ourselves a little bit. All right, let's go now to the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl being played January 2nd at 6:30 on ESPN. Line right now, Ole Miss minus 14 and a half, over under 52 and a half. Action starts off for this one.
I will surprise you. I will take an over. Give me the over in this game.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, to be honest, Duke's kind of been on my fraud list all season. I'm not sure they have a great win on their schedule or even a good one for that matter. So yeah, give me Ole Miss. I know it's a ton of points, but Jackson Dart is playing. It doesn't really seem like they have that many guys out. And Duke has a lot of people in the portal. Um, and it sounds like their third string quarterback is starting in this game. So yeah, give me Ole Miss.
Yep, I'm the exact same way as you, VFC. It's good to ride with you again. I'm taking Ole Miss minus the 14 and minus the 14 and a half here. Yeah, Malik Murphy transferred out. He went to Auburn, so him and Jackson Arnold be fighting for that job as well. Their backup QB entered the transfer portal, so they are going to be on their third string QB. Trey Harris, questionable to play in this game. We've seen Ole Miss not near the team without Trey Harris, but irregardless, I think even a worse Ole Miss team is going to beat this Duke team pretty handily. I'm all over Ole Miss minus 14 and a half.
Yeah, that's the right play there, Kyle. Henry Bellin the fifth has completed one pass. He's 1 for 1, 7 yards, 100% completion percentage for you math geniuses out there. A long of 7 yards. He is starting in this game. Ole Miss by a billion.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Sounds good. Let's go now to Friday to January 3rd to the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl between North Texas and Texas State, being played Friday, January 3rd at 3 o'clock on ESPN. At line right now, Texas State minus 10, over under 68. VFC, what do you got for this game?
I'm glad you went to me first here, Kyle, because I'm very familiar with this North Texas team. They have been my dynasty on CFB 25 since the beginning. I remember my first season with them very well. And I do remember that behind Chandler Morris was nobody. We had to go get some transfers. Funny enough, we got TJ Finley in the portal, former Texas State quarterback. So yeah, I just think without Chandler Morris, they're really nothing. Their offense is going to be completely stagnant. I think Sheffield is gone as well. One of their top receivers, sounds like some offensive line guys out. And yeah, I just think Texas State is going to be the much better team offensively, defensively. I think Texas State or North Texas's defense is terrible. And yeah, just give me Texas State minus the points.
Yeah, no Chandler Morris is going to be tough for sure for North Texas. They are going to be starting a freshman QB who I don't think has got much action in this one. Texas State though, I know they are the better team. They are going to be without their top running back Ismaili Mahdi, who was one of the top running backs in college football last year. Kind of had a little bit of a downhill this year, but that's too many points. Give me the under 68.
Right there with you, Kyle. Give me the under as well. I wish Chandler Morris was playing. This would be a really fun bowl game if he was playing.
Oh yeah.
Total of 68 tells me I just need to pick the team that's going to win the game. So I'm going to go Texas State. I'm confident they can cover the number.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, if Chandler Morris was playing in this game, him versus McLeod would be really, really fun to watch.
100%.
Yeah, that disappointing. Yeah, Chandler Morris going to Virginia. Maybe he'll turn the the Cavaliers around.
Real quick, how old is Chandler Morris? He's got to be pretty old. This is his fourth team.
He was Spencer Rattler's backup, if that tells you how old
insane.
He was.
He's only 20 string. I mean, he's 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the third string because Tanner Mordecai, former Wisconsin QB, was Spencer Rattler's backup.
He turns 24 December 26th. So
okay.
A little bit of a birthday celebration for him to not have to play in this game.
All right, sounds good. Now the game that Action has been very patiently waiting on, the Duke's Mayo Bowl between the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Virginia Tech Hokies. That game being played Friday, January 3rd at 6:30 on ESPN. Line right now, Minnesota -4.5, over under 42.5. So I'm curious what everyone else's thoughts are on this game. It doesn't look like too many people are going to be out for either one of these teams, so it's going to be strength on strength here. And boy, you know what? I'll go over. I actually think there's going to be quite a few points scored in this game, so I'll go over 42.5, and I think that's going to be my play.
PJ Fleck, just get him to a bowl game. All he does is win 5-0 straight up. Give me the Gophers in this one. I'll take a money line. Screw the points. Give me a money line.
I completely agree. PJ's never lost a bowl game. And Virginia Tech, after disappointing me with my future bet this year, they did not fire enough coaches. I think they only fired like 5 or 6 this week. They should have fired about 13, 14. Give me the Golden Gophers in a rout.
Yeah, this could not be a bigger spot for my dear friend, Mr. Action Junkie. This is a revenge game. This is a game in which he gets to support his team. It's the Duke's Mayo Bowl. I mean, I don't know. This is a huge game for not only Minnesota but for Mr. Action Junkie, and I could not tail him on this one. Give me Minnesota.
Surprised you didn't shout out Super Toast there, VSC.
Yeah, I mean, huge Gopher fans. Obviously, you got to give it up for them. I know they're tuned in every game and will be tuned into this one. Uh, let's just hope for the Gophers that Soup doesn't have the over.
True. Very true. Action, do you have a point there? You got 20 seconds if you do.
No, I just like Mayo, and I can't wait to see PJ get the Mayo dumped on him. I'm excited for that element of this game.
I used to be a Mayo fan until Will Levis was the quarterback of my NFL team. Now I don't like Mayo. But
He's
anyway,
benched, though. It's okay. You can let it go.
he should have been benched a while ago. But we'll do an NFL show and I'll talk to you about Will Levis. All right, the last one before the playoffs first rounds, the Bahamas Bowl between Buffalo and Liberty being played Saturday, January 4th at 10 a.m. on ESPN2. Line right now, Liberty -2.5, over under 52.5. Action starts us off for this one.
Let's go with Buffalo. That's my steam. So, yes, I'm going Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm also going Buffalo here. Seems like they've got less guys out of this game. They want to be more in this game. I actually think they played pretty well in the MAC this year. They haven't lost in almost 2 months. So yeah, and again, that was to Ohio. They lost to Western Michigan and they got blown out by UConn and Missouri. So I don't know. I think Liberty has been incredibly overrated this year, and I'm in on Buffalo.
By far and away, the most disappointing team in college football this year is Liberty. They had a path to undefeated and absolutely blew it. Caden Salter transferring out. Former App State transfer Ryan Berger. He's going to start this game. I don't care. Buffalo, like VFC said, has played really, really solid so far this season. I'm all over it. Give me Buffalo on the money line.
Yeah, that's a good play. I see this line is now came down to 1. It's looking like here on Bovada. So a little bit of movement there. Buffalo in all their wins this year have scored 30 plus besides one game. So give me Buffalo in this one. Like Kyle said, QB for Liberty in the portal. I think Buffalo can take care of business here.
All righty. Sounds good. Well, thank you for getting this far with us. Now we're going to talk about the games that you all want us to talk about. The college football playoff first round. Let's get started with the game being played Friday at 7 o'clock on ABC between the 10 seed Indiana at the 7 seed Notre Dame. Line right now, Notre Dame -7.5, over under 50.5. VFC starts off with this one.
Yeah, I love Notre Dame in this game. I think the blueprint is out. To be honest, I really just like Notre Dame in general. I think since that Northern Illinois loss, they've just looked fantastic. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think Indiana's going to be ready for this one. I don't think their fans are going to have much real estate inside Notre Dame Stadium. I know it's closed. I know there's a lot of Indiana fans around South Bend. I just don't think it's going to matter. That's going to be a Friday night. It's going to be absolutely rocking. I think Notre Dame wins this game. To be honest, I might drink the juice here, parlay it with something, and just take Notre Dame money line. I could see it being a close game, but I think Ohio State got the blueprint out on Indiana, and they're going to struggle on the road here against Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think all the credit should be due to Curt Cignetti, what he did with that Indiana team. Nobody thought he would do that in year one when he took all those James Madison players, and nobody expected him to do so. I think all the props in the world has to be given to him. Riley Leonard, horrible passer, probably the worst passing QB in the entire playoff, but a hell of a runner. That running attack's going to be a lot for Indiana here. I expect Notre Dame to win, but I actually differ with VSC. I think it's going to be closer than people would expect. So I am going to take Notre Dame to win, but I do believe Indiana will cover the 7.5.
I want to take Indiana. I do. Parlay with Michigan money line. That would be sick when it hits, but I can't. So I'm going to take the under in this one. I think it's going to be. What is the weather? Is it going to be snowing? It's going to be cold. I'm assuming it's going to be a little chilly. I like the under in this one.
And I am going to go with Kyle here. I think we're going to have a close competitive game. Could be a backdoor cover, but it'll be a cover nonetheless. So I'm going to go the Hoosiers plus the points. Yeah, I could. I didn't expect Notre Dame to win a playoff game. They may well do that, but I think Indiana gets the cover.
At the beginning of the season, if I would have told you guys that two teams from Indiana would have been in the playoff, I think you all would have said I was crazy.
Correct.
For sure.
Ooh,
But,
25 degrees is going to be.
Yeah, looking like a real feel of about 20, potentially even some snow. So could be fun.
I was in 20-degree weather for the
Yeah.
Heroes game. It's not fun. It is not fun. Okay, we got 3 more playoff games to talk about here. Let's go to the first one on Saturday between the 11 seed SMU at the 6 seed Penn State at 11 o'clock on TNT. Interesting. Line right now, Penn State -7 over under 53.5. I think all the credit in the world has to be thrown SMU's way. They at the beginning of the season they damn near lost to Nevada, who's we all know one of the worst teams in college football this season, and they benched Preston Stone, and after that they have been lighting it up. That was the correct move, and they ended up going to the conference championship game. Of course, lost a tough one to Clemson, but they took a spot away from Alabama. So I know a lot of people are going to cheer for them, but this is not going to be popular. I got a feeling this is not going to be popular. I like Penn State a lot this year. Give me Penn State -7.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Kyle. I like Penn State to dominate SMU more than I like Notre Dame to beat Indiana big, but I think Penn State can win this one by 10 plus. So also TNT. I mean, that's wild. Give me Penn State.
I don't need the points. Give me the Mustangs to win straight up. I think they win by a touchdown or more.
Wow.
And SMU, by the way, that could be a live ticket to win multiple games.
Action is in the back pocket of SMU, like the boosters.
True.
Also, I think so. That needs to be said. That does need to be said.
I wouldn't be surprised if some records came out one day and Action was one of the biggest Pony Express donors and boosters back in the day. I wouldn't be surprised. So
hey, you remember Eric Dickerson's car? I was around in that era. Craig James, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I love Penn State in this game. I think SMU is going to come up here and get punched in the mouth by this crowd, by this weather. Action, I'm surprised you're not riding the steam on this one, to be honest with you. I think if it was 7, it could be up to 8.5 now, but I don't know. It might have stayed the same. I could be wrong. But either way, I just think Penn State, it's loud there. It's big there. It's cold there. And I don't think SMU is ready for it. But at the buzzer, bang.
Look at that. Yeah. Nope, this will be a fun game for sure. May have Deej over at my house for this game too, so that'll be fun to watch the playoff games with him.
Nice.
Yep. Okay, let's go to the next playoff game. The 12 seed Clemson Tigers going to the 5 seed Texas Longhorns. That game being played Saturday at 3 o'clock on TNT. Line right now, Texas -10 over under 51.5. Pace, what do you got for this one?
Yeah, emotional hedge for me. I got a Clemson plus 401 to win it all. Future in my hand. So Texas by 1 billion. Emotional hedge though.
Yeah, hook 'em horns. I mean, this is going to be the biggest route. This has the potential to be 30 plus points in this one. I am all over Texas.
Yeah, I like Texas too. I don't think Clemson's very good, which I mean they just beat SMU last week, so what does that say? But yeah, I'm low on the ACC. I'm high on Texas, even though they just can't seem to beat Georgia.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of Clemson fans in my mention saying, "Oh, you need to apologize for what you said about Cade Klubnik." Cade Klubnik, I will not. I will do nothing. I will do nothing of the sort. I think that the one game that Cade Klubnik played a really good defense, he got absolutely exposed. Texas is one of the better defenses in college football here. I'll take Texas minus the 10. I'll take them minus the 15, minus the 20, minus the 30. I think this is going to be this is going to be the biggest blowout of the first round. This game right here is, I don't think it's going to be close for even a second in this one. So I'm going to take Texas minus 10. I'm all over it.
Here comes Clemson.
Real,
Here
real
comes
quick.
Clemson.
Yeah, right. Real quick, I just want to say this number feels a little bit high to me as well. I mean, Texas against Power Four teams has hit this in, I believe, one game this year. It has gone over 51 and a half. Again, like Kyle said, that defense is crazy. Clemson not known for scoring too much either. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the under as well. So just something I wanted to call out.
Cade Klubnik, a Texas native, Austin, Texas native.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
here he comes. Here they come. I can
Cade
hear him.
Klubnik.
Dabo, baby. I mean, this is
Cade
perfect for
Klubnik,
Dabo. No?
anytime touchdown, added to my card.
There we go.
Very good. All right, gentlemen, in the final game, VFC has waited very patiently for this one. The final game, we got the number 9 Tennessee going to number 8 Ohio State at 7 o'clock. There we go on ABC. Line right now, Ohio State minus 8 over under 47. Action, what do you got for this one?
The Ohio State.
That's it. I love it.
Drop the mic. Buckeyes win this one. Remember when we only had 4 teams make the playoffs in college football? You had a lot of routes and blowouts in the semifinals and games you did not necessarily see coming. Home field advantage nowadays. I think this one also could be a route just like Texas. The Ohio State. That loss to Michigan was beautiful to the wallet for this week.
Yeah, I agree that trend, these teams bouncing back. To be honest, I just think that Tennessee, this is a tough spot for Nico to come into the shoe. It's going to be loud, night game. It's going to be freezing cold. That is a tough spot for a true freshman to come in. I get it. Ohio State scores a ton of points, but they do it on the ground a lot too. And I don't think they're going to be running into the teeth of a defensive line like Michigan's. I do think Tennessee has a good defense. I think they're a solid team. I think Ohio State wins this game by 10, and I think they cover the points.
Yeah, I think both these teams definitely deserve to make it. Nico Iamaleava really been solid this year. Dylan Sampson, one of the better running backs in all of college football this year, has played really well. Yeah, Ohio State. What can you really say about them? Unfortunately, had that tough loss to Michigan that kept them out of the Big Ten championship game. But I think they're going to have that on their mind in this one. I think, like I said, Tennessee very much deserves to be in this bowl game. But I think that Henderson and other running back that I can't think of. There you go. Judkins are going to run all over him. Give me Ohio State minus 8.
Not so fast. Tennessee, top 10 scoring offense, top 10 scoring defense. Give me Tennessee. Will Howard ain't it, dog. He ain't it. And VFC knows that deep down. He's just putting on a brave face. Give me Tennessee in this one.
I want to say, yeah, Tennessee's top 10 scoring offense scored 69 against Chattanooga, 51 against NC State, 71 against Kent State, and 56 against UTEP. They scored 14 against Arkansas, 17 against Georgia, only 24 against Alabama. I get it. That's a win. 23 against Florida in overtime. I think Ohio State's defense is dang good, and they're up for the challenge here. So a little bit of
team total under. Add me to the party there. Yeah, I like that.
I will respond to VFC. Ohio State minus 21 against Michigan, and they lost outright 13-10. So
Hey, lost
There
that
we
game.
go.
They obviously lost on purpose, like I led the show with. They wanted a bye week in the Big Ten championship. You know, just it's what it is.
I will say this will be SEC team in cold December up there. This will be an interesting matchup too from that standpoint.
What a tragedy, though, Ohio State, Oregon in the next round.
Yeah,
Tragic.
don't need that.
Tragic.
Do want to call out the real feel at game time is going to be 19 degrees in Columbus. Um, not fun for Tennessee.
You got boots on the ground for this game, BFC, or no?
No, quite the drive. We're gonna be up with the family, so we'll be watching from the warmth of the couch.
Okay. Sounds good, gentlemen. Well, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here, but hey, I just wanted to say I know before we end the show, I did just want to say to all four of you, I appreciate all your work that you've done this year for the show. I know it does take time away from your wives if you have them, and your girlfriend, your kids if you have them. I know it takes a lot, and I know that the prep for this show is not the easiest of things. I do know that. Got to give a shout out to Pace. He edits every single one of our shows, gets it on YouTube for us, and yeah, this has just been a great season of the show. Thank you guys greatly for all your hard work, but this has been a great season. I've really enjoyed this season thus far.
Absolutely. I do think us three, all of us, claps up to Kyle. I mean, that presentation was awesome, and every week hosted. Great job, Kyle. You run the ship. You know, you run that steamboat ship that Action's talking about.
Choo choo. Absolutely. No, I appreciate you gentlemen a lot. And it's been a great season. We're going to be doing season 5 next year, fellas. Can you believe that? This season of this show. I think that's crazy. I laugh at what the show used to be. It used to be a bunch of guys who really didn't prep for the show at all and kind of just went into the show with vibes to now we prep a lot and we give a really good take. So I think the show's grown a lot and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to another great season. But that's going to do it for this season of the Fanatics. Best of luck with your bets, and we will see you next year for college football.
Thank you, guys. Peace.
Stay up.